Hi everyone, it's Melody Lane here, and I am going to be making a bulletin board. Okay, I just wanted to show you my finished product at the end of the video so you can see what I'm making. And if you're interested, keep watching. And if not, go on to the next video. Okay? Okay, now what I have here is, this is just black fabric. I have my cork board here. I haven't even taken this off of it yet. I am putting black fabric, and this fabric actually is kind of the right size. It's a couple inches off of each side, and then I pinned it down. And then I'm going to cut just this one side because the three sides kind of fit it by itself. So then I'm just going to cut this side about 2 to 3 inches bigger than what I want. And then I'm going to iron it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay, now I'm going to put the zebra fabric down the center of my bulletin board. So it's going to have black on each side and then zebra. And I cut this out with scissors very unevenly. And I want to have it even because you're going to see the edges kind of on this. So this edge is totally straight because I didn't cut that side, that's how it came. So I'm going to fold this and line that edge up there. And then I am just going to cut this off here just to be straight. And I'm on a cutting board, so I'm going to line this up straight on a line. Doesn't really matter what line as long as it's straight. So you know you're cutting straight. Then I'm going to line my measuring board up even with a line here and even with a line, the same line down here, so I know I'm cutting the correct amount off. There. This kind of makes me miss sewing. I have tons of fabric and 2 sewing machines upstairs. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron this. I'm going to fold the edges over twice. And I'm going to iron that down like that. And I'm going to do that on this side and then on this side. And these 2 sides I'm just going to leave because they're going to be on the back. But this side, these sides are going to show on the front. But I'll probably be putting ribbon over it with some pins in it. But I want them hemmed up. So I'm not going to sew them, which you could sew them, but I'm just going to iron them and fold them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the cork board. It's just a little bit. And I'm going to use my ATG gun and just go stripes down the center of this. So the batting will stick to it just a little bit before we put the fabric on, and so it doesn't move around once it's on there. Press it down. Okay. See, now it won't fall off. It sticks. Okay, now we're going to cut the edges off of this. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to cut these edges off. So I'm just going to go along the edge of the bulletin board. Okay, now we got that just on the top, and I'm going to put the black fabric over the top. And I am going to fold this down and use a staple gun. If you don't have a staple gun, you might be able to use a hot glue gun, or maybe even just a regular stapler. I'm only doing one. I'm only doing the one side right now. I'm going to pull this side, and I'm going to pull it as tight as it'll go, and then staple again. And I'm pulling it tight on this corner. I think I'm going to cut some of this off so I don't have too much extra. Now when you get to the corners, kind of just fold it over and then pull that tight. And do not put the staple in the same spot you put another one. I'm going to do this one. And pull it tight. Then do the same thing to the other sides. Now, you can stop here if you want. I'm going to add this to it, but I'm going to measure. Try to get this in the center. About 10.5 inches on each side for mine is going to be the center. Just have the same amount of inches on each side of the fabric. And I'm going to turn it over. And instead of using a staple gun, I am just going to use the thumbtacks and stick them in. Okay, I'm going to use this ribbon, and I don't think I'm going to have enough though. Okay, now I'm putting, I bought 2 rolls of this, but the rolls were only 9 feet each, so I did not have enough of this ribbon. So I'm just going to put that ribbon down here, but I didn't put it down yet. I just started putting this ribbon down, and I want to have a different configuration for where the zebra print is, so I'm doing one of these sides. I'll do this side, then I'll do that side, then I will do the zebra one. But I just put flat tacks on these corners. I laid these all out, and then I weaved them in between each other. I put flat tacks underneath the zebra print. See, I just lifted that up and put it there. Push them in, and then I used the decorative ones here that I made, and there is a video on that. If it's not up yet, it will be on the next video. I think I'm going to have this here. By just putting this in with thumbtacks, I can always change it or add more to it. And put the rest of these in. I'm going to pull this one secure because it is secure in one end. It's kind of hard to push those in. Now this one is secure, so I can, well actually I want to do this one next because it's closer to there. So I'm going to pull these both secure and pin it. I'm having a little problem with my bulletin board. It's not working like I want it to. These tacks keep coming out. So what I'm doing is I'm going to glue them in. So I did a little test here. This one is staying in so nicely. I've done something I do a lot in the middle of my projects. I changed my mind. I was going to do this and then do the same thing on that side and then do something different where the zebra print is. And I've decided to not do that, and I'm going to have the same design throughout the whole thing. I should have made these longer to go throughout the whole thing, but I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to, and I undid these, so I will have to redo those, and I'm going to have to glue this one down here right on top of that, so then I can just fold it over and continue it on this way. Actually, I'm going to fold it this way, like that, because I changed my mind. Okay? And then that way I'm going to glue it on the whole thing. I don't think this ribbon's going to make it at all. So don't make the mistake I did and just cut it all out together at the same time. When you measure the ribbon, just string it across where you want it and cut it. Put all the ribbon down at the same time so you don't have to go through what I'm going through. Now, I'm going to string up the rest of this and put them down with glue underneath the ribbon and then glue on the pin and stick it in. Okay, I'm taking the pin, I just took the pin out, and then I'm lifting this up and putting a dot of glue underneath the bottom ribbon and then in between the ribbon, and then I'm putting a little bit on the pin. And I'm getting glue all over my fingers. And then I'm pressing down. There. And then I do the same thing to all of them. There, how it's starting to look so far. And I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, here is the back of my bulletin board / memo board. And I'm using this picture hanging kit I got from Hobby Lobby. And I am using these with tiny little nails. And I'm just going to do one of these at the top. I'm going to hang this up long ways. So I'm going to attach this. I'm going to hammer in these 2 nails. I'm going to measure to put it in the middle. And then I'll be done. I do not know how I'm supposed to hold this nail. So I'm going to use tweezers to hold the nail so I can hammer it in. There. Memory board is finished. And I'm going to put it up on the wall and put some cards in it. Be right back. Okay, I have decided to put my bulletin board on this wall. I have this little cutout in my room. I have my ribbon here. And then there's my wall with my butterflies, and my Create banner is going to go on that wall. And this lamp here I use for my lighting. I can move that around also. But I thought I would put it right here on this wall. So I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to put this big nail in that wall. And I'll be right back. Okay, here's my bulletin board for my cards that people have made me. Except for, this is Mandy that I made myself. I just love her. And these are cards that people have sent me and have made for me. Aren't they nice? They look so pretty on my board. Now, someday I will totally cover this board in cards. This is all I have for right now. If you want to send me a card, I have the address in the description below. I think it's all the way near the bottom of all my videos. You can send me a card. So thank you to all of you who have participated in sending me cards and entries for my contest. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye! Okay, guys, because this bulletin board is so soft, you can just push a nail into it. My little hanging thing has fallen down. So what I did is, in the holes, I put hot glue. And then I put this thing down. And then I put more hot glue on each side. And then I put the nails in. And actually made this metal thing hot. So now I'm going to let that dry before I put it back up. And we're going to see if that works. Because it did work for a while until I touched this again later the next day. And the nail just fell out of this and fell off the wall. Okay, so trying again.